Hi there, and welcome to part one of the Aldermist training video series. There's going to be two training videos in this series, and the first one, this one, I'm going to walk through the virtual races and how they work. And then in the next one, I'm going to walk through our race coin betting and how that works as well. So let's start with the virtual races in this first part of the video. And the way this works is you'll see on your dashboard when you log in, you've got virtual races here, and we've got Aldermist and Aldermist results. Now there's a race at Aldermist every 10 minutes, and you can see here that we can show about 6 hours worth of the upcoming races. And likewise, you can see the results for about 6 hours in the past. So you've got all of the Aldermist results here. When a race takes place, so when this 11:40 race takes place, it's going to move down to this position here where it's currently 11:30, and all the results will move up one, and this 5:40 a.m. race, the results for that will no longer be available. So there's about 6 hours of racing you can analyze at any one time. A new race is added every 10 minutes, and you can see the results for about 6 hours as well. When you hover over a race, you'll see you get the race conditions. So for example, this 12:20 race is a handicap race run over 1 mile, 2 furlongs and 50 yards with 8 runners. It's a class 6 race on going firm. If we look at the 150 race, this is a handicap hurdle race over 1 mile, 7 furlongs, 168 yards with 8 runners, class 5, good going. And this is the same for every single race. For example, this 310 race is a handicap 5 furlong race with 8 runners, class 6 going standard. And they don't all have 8 runners, as you can see. This 420 race is a handicap 1 mile with 3 runners on good to firm. So every race has different race conditions, and these race conditions are like real. And you can see those race conditions for the results as well. Now if we open up a race, we just click on that race and it opens up. And you can see that it opens up and it looks exactly like a normal race card. And that's because Aldermist behaves exactly like real. It works like a normal racetrack. We can see that we've got the classifications here: handicap, flat turf race, class 4, going is good, distance 1 mile, 4 furlongs, 10 yards, runners 6, and we got our VDW win scores, win and place scores, so 64% of the top 4 VDW horses win similar races, and so far 100% of the top 4 have placed. Obviously this isn't a guarantee that 100% will place in the future, it just gives you an indication of how strong the VDW score may be in this race. And then we've got prize money there as well. You can see we've also got all of our ratings, and these work again exactly like normal. We can sort the columns, strike rates, exactly as we would a live race. We can change our race cards. I can put this back to the standard race card, again exactly like we would in a live race. This can become standard again, and you can see that standard race card here. So everything works like a live race. These races can be analysed like live races. All of the tools that you are used to in the Race Advisor will work. So we can see the VDW odds overlay. We can see the PR odds overlay with the scores, probabilities, contenders and raw odds. Obviously you have the weight and official ratings for the horses, plus the jockey and trainers and their 14-day strike rates. As I say, all of our tools work. So we can see the pace overlay here. We haven't been able to calculate running style for these horses, unfortunately, but we do have some pace scores. We have the Monte Carlo simulator, and again this works exactly like normal. We can run a simulation on this race as you would on a live race, and it works in exactly the same way. It takes the ratings in the same way, it calculates the same scores. We've got the final odds, the win percentage so far, the impact value and the pairing percentage at the end there. So this works, everything works exactly like real. You can analyze these races, you can test strategies on them, you can build systems on them, you can practice form reading on them, and when you become profitable, when your strategy or system is profitable at Aldermist, you can move that straight over into live racing, fully confident that it will be profitable when you move it onto live racing. So you can see that simulation works exactly like normal, and again, if we exit and come back, we can get the overlay of the results, so we can sort by the results of that simulation there. And we also, of course, have our speed graphs over here with the history of the horses in that race as well. And like all the others, we can hover over and see all the past racing history for every horse in that race. All our dynamic speed ratings are still there, and our filter again works exactly like normal. If we apply it, it strips down the scores. As well as that, every horse has a horse history. If we click on a horse's name, we will pull up, again, like real, we will pull up that horse's history, and you can see the entire horse's history here, the courses it's raced at, the distance, the going, the weight. If you hover over, you will get the in-running comments like you can see there. We've got the SPs, the jockeys, and if you click on the race card tab, you will see all the ratings that the horse achieved for that past race as well. Again, exactly like real, we can move between the horses here, and we can get all of that information. It works exactly like real racing, and you can choose any of your race cards to have a look at the horse history on. We can also add horses to selections. Again, exactly like real. We think we might want to bet on this horse as a back bet. We can add that as a selection there. If we want to eliminate horses, we can eliminate some of the horses down here like that and shrink our race cards. Everything works like normal. You'll see that up here on the top right there is a clock icon. This clock icon indicates that this race hasn't yet run, so you can still bet on it using race coins, and when the race has run, this will turn into a play button. I'll show you that in just a moment. So that is how the virtual race works. We use 100% real data, 100% real horses, trainers and jockeys, and the results are 100% based on each horse's true chance of winning the race. To show you what the results look like, we'll come back here and we'll look at a race that's already taken place. For example, this 1140 race here. And when we click on this, again, you can still analyze the race. So even in the results, when the race has run, you can still get a full race card. So if you want to go back in and have a look at how you analyzed it, what may have worked, what may not have worked, if you could have spotted why a particular horse won or didn't win, you can come back here and have a look. But you can also, from this page, you will notice there is now a play button. And this allows us to watch the race simulation. And if we press play, it will load this race simulation. There is a sound icon on the top right here, and we can mute the sound by clicking it on and off. You can see the simulation of the race up on the top of the screen, and underneath we have the positions of the horses and where they are as the race progresses. It starts here at the green side and it moves along to the right side where there's the finish line. And you can see underneath the journey in the orange bar as to how long is left in that race. At the end of the race there's a photo finish, so you can see which horses have crossed the line, and you can also get the full positions down the right hand side over here. If you want to watch the race again, watch the simulation again, you just click on the play button once and then click on it a second time, and it will reopen the race and the race will take place. And that will just show a replay of that race taking place again there. So that is how the results work on Aldermist. You can watch as many races as you like, and you can replay them as many times as you want within that 6-hour time frame before the results no longer become available. If you have any questions on how Aldermist works, how we make it like real, or anything else related to Aldermist, please do either drop a note in the forum or send us a message to our support desk using the icon on the bottom right of your screen. You can always contact us on support by clicking this icon here and leaving us a message. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do go and watch the second part in this training series, which is about race coins and simulated betting at Aldermist. Thank you.